What's up YouTube, CZSG here. I'm going to be doing another Zippo video for you guys today. This is going to be a Zippo collection update. I decided to go ahead and do this video because I wanted to actually address something that I said in my last video, and I figured, what the heck, why not? I might as well do it. So anyways, I wanted to first of all address what I said in my last video, and what I had said was that I'm going to be taking a break from Zippos and such. That is what I said. But the way I said it made it sound like I was actually trying to be done with Zippos. That's actually not true at all. I'm still going to collect them. It's just at a much slower pace, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, I especially this, earlier this year and, during the summer, of course, especially, I just bought them way too frequently. So I'm going to really try and slow that down. Significantly. So that's basically all I meant in my last video. So no, I'm not done with collecting. I'm just trying to slow myself down because it's really hard on the wallet. So yeah, but anyways, that's basically that. So without further ado, let's go and get into this Zippo collection update. But what you're staring at right now is actually the first thing I wanted to show you, my Zippo display. I got this towards the beginning, actually at the very beginning of the school year. It was actually the very first Monday of the school year, but it was actually the start of the second week. We started on Wednesday, but this is my Zippo display. I bought this off eBay, won it in an auction type thing, so there it is. As you can see, it holds 15 lighters, and I have it full right now. And if I go ahead and move some of this stuff out of the way, man, this kind of sucks. I worked on organizing all this, but if I move some of this stuff out of the way, I'll reorganize it later, don't worry. I know my face and everything is in the way. I just wanted to show you guys how this thing works. The way this thing works is that if you want to get a lighter out, or if you want to put a lighter back in, basically what you do, this thing does come with some keys right here. Alright, I just keep them back behind it. But what I do is I turn it, okay? And if you look back here, there's a little keyhole. Can you see that? Yeah, there's a little keyhole right here. And the keys fit inside, teeth side down. Alright. And then what you do is you turn it in a clockwise direction. And what that'll actually do, if I turn it this way, what that'll actually do is that'll allow me to pivot this entire thing outwards, as you can probably tell. And then I can reach in and grab any lighter that I want. And then I just close it, pop the keys out so it's locked, set it back behind there, and then I turn it back so it's facing this way. And there you go, I've got a lighter. And obviously you can put it back in, I just do the same thing except I put it back in. So anyways, yeah, that's that. If you want this particular display, I haven't really looked for it on eBay since I actually ended up winning it, but I will say they are a little bit hard to find. I kind of lucked out when I just jumped right on this one and ended up winning. Like, I honestly had no idea anything about displays, but yeah, this thing is a little bit harder to find. Chances are you'll find another one that looks very similar, except for the fact it's got a black insert, and instead of the whole thing pivoting out, the whole front lifts up. It lifts up and out, so you have to remove the whole front when you unlock it. I don't really like that design that much, so I'm actually really glad I got something with a pivot. So anyways, I'm going to go and put my Zippo back, and we're going to go ahead and move over to the close-up area so I can show you the new lighters I've got obtained since my last collection update. So let's go and do that. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and get started with this. That is my tripod leg. I do apologize that it's in frame, but whatever. Let's go ahead and start off with the first one. Alright, now this one, I do also want to apologize for my long fingernails. I've been looking for nail clippers, but just never found them. Anyways, this here is, as you can tell, in a collector's tin, and it's in a Harley Davidson collector's tin, which is very cool, alright? And, so yeah, I should also mention that I do have videos up on each of these individually where I go a little bit more in depth in terms of, how I got them, or just whatever, just whatever about it that, I'm going to try and fly through these just so you can see them all, but yeah, I do have videos up on each of these Zippos, so just search the model number or the model name, or just search for them on my channel, and you should be able to find them. Alright, so anyways, back to this. Harley Davidson, alright, and this one actually happens to be model 20828H-D Sheriff, okay? So that is the model name and model number. So let's go ahead and crack this thing open. And here it is. Alright, as you can see, it's honestly, I'm not really sure what this finish is. It's kind of like in between Black Crackle and Black Matte. It's a really fine version of the Black Crackle. In fact, if I get up close here, you can kind of see how it's like a very fine Black Crackle. But this is the first Zippo I had with, before I had a Black Crackle lighter, so I actually thought that this was Black Crackle, but it's actually not. It's sort of, I don't even know what it is. It's just in between Black Crackle and Black Matte. It's kind of weird, but anyways, also while I'm focused in like this, here is the design. As you can see, is basically a Sheriff star with Harley-Davidson Motorcycles Sheriff 1. I'm not really sure if this is based off of a real Sheriff star or not. My guess is that it probably is, but I'm not really sure. But anyways, if anyone wants to clear that up, then that would be awesome of y'all. Also, you can tell that there is bare brass exposed, so let's see if we can get this thing out. I'm going to set the lid down so it doesn't just fly away. Alright, that usually gets it out pretty good. There we are. Now you can see we've got some little paperwork in here. It says laser engraving. Your new Zippo product is matte finish with laser engraving in it that exposes the brass. So that's pretty obvious because, well, it's not obvious, but yeah, that just shows you how to take care of that finish if you should decide to use it. For me, it's just a display piece, so it doesn't really matter. And you have the previous versions of the paperwork in here. The Zippo for Real, which is basically an advertisement of their candle lighter, as well as their Click Club, which is right there. And I think this opens up a little bit more, doesn't it? It feels like it should. Maybe not. And this is the candle lighter. So there you go. Anyways, and then back here you've got the order guarantee, which I'm not going to get out because I don't feel like it. So anyways, yeah, that's going to do it for the HD Sheriff. So again, there it is. Very nice. Let's just go ahead and set this right here. Alright, and this Zippo and the Zippo I'm going to show you after this, I did get on the big beach trip that I was on at the end of the summer. Which, by the way, I do still intend to upload those videos. I just haven't gotten around to finishing rendering them. That's honestly the only thing that's holding it back. Once I finish that, in fact, I really should finish that soon, then I might actually start cranking them out. So, moving right on to the next one, we've got this guy right here. Alright, now we're back to the traditional sort of packaging we are used to. Alright, so, again, I got this one a few days later, but whatever. As you can see, the model for this one is 20446 Sapphire, okay? Now, some of y'all might know what this one is, but for those who don't, let's take a look. Pretty nice, actually, in my opinion. I really like these Zippos that are, that have like the high polished chrome, but then they have this coloring over them. Like, as you can see, like the bottom stamping is actually colored as well. They wouldn't, if this were painted blue, then this would actually be exposed chrome, so it'd be, chrome colored. But since it's actually blued right there, this is obviously some sort of like coloration they added to the chrome. But if we take a look at the inside of it, it's actually, you can see that it is still high polished chrome in there without blue added to it. And by the way, the act of me opening that reminded me that I never showed you guys the date. Did I show you guys the date of this one? I think I didn't. Which is actually unfortunate because this is actually my oldest Zippo I have. So real quickly, quick tangent here, let me show you the dates for this. Alright, so as you can see, it's made in January of 2005 for the HD Sheriff. And the insert was made in November of 2004. So this is actually the oldest one I have to this day, okay? So that's pretty cool. Alright, now, moving back to the Sapphire. In fact, we'll just keep it here because I'm going to show you the date stamp on it. If you're wondering when this one was made, it was at the, in terms of the casing, it was made actually in K of 11. So again, November of last year, November of 2011. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm not really sure how they actually go about coloring these particular lighters, but whatever. As you can see, it is a very nice looking finish though. Very, very cool. I've heard it described as like the Spectrum Zippo without the Spectrum finish applied. I'm not really sure I agree with that, but there you go. That's you can think of it that way. If you have a Spectrum lighter, just look at the blues in it, and that's sort of the color blue that this is. I do not have a Spectrum Zippo. I wish I did, but I don't. And the insert for this one was made in L of last year, so December of last year. So we're coming up on the 1 year anniversary, or we're coming up on the 1 year birth date for this. We should like give it a birthday cake and celebrate its first year of being in existence, or first full year of existing, I suppose. I don't know. That's actually coming. Actually, yeah, the casing will be next month, so that's pretty cool. Although we don't know the exact particular like day it was made. I actually kind of wish that we would get more in depth with that. That would be kind of cool, but I don't know how they do that. If anybody has an idea of how they could maybe do that, just for fun, just post it in the comments. Who knows? Maybe Zippo will see it and they might actually start doing it. All right, if it's good enough at least, or if they think it actually would work. Next, we're moving up to a sort of glossier box, as you can tell. It's very glossy. It's also thin. This is actually the first style of cardboard boxes that Zippo was rolling out. They were for some reason a lot thinner than they are now. I don't know why. But anyways, as you can see, the model for this one is 382 Zippo BR, okay? I got this one actually a few days after we got back from the beach. I needed to buy some more lighter fluid, and figured I'd get this one since it was ridiculously cheap. I mean, $24.95. Wow. You do not find that anymore. $24.95 is really good. I think now it's like runs for like $27, but yeah, I mean, it's the same model, as you can see. And it does have a little bit of a different insert, as you can tell. Just even though it's out of focus, you can see this one has a Made in USA stuff. This one doesn't, because like I said, this is the older version. Actually, this one resembles this one more. But if we pop it out, you can see it's got the Zippo for real stuff. And again, back in the back, it's got the old guarantee right there. So that's pretty cool. Again, I don't really want to get into that right now. So just get back in there. All right. So this is actually what Black Crackle is. Alright, let me reposition myself here. This is what Black Crackle truly is. I mean, you can tell right here, it's a lot rougher, but still. As you can quite obviously see, it's really textured. It is not actually rough, and look at that nice macro shot of my hideously long fingernail. Guys, I am aware that I need to cut my nails. Please don't tell me in the comment. Just killing me that I can't find fingernail clippers right now. I'll actually look for them again after this video. But yeah, it is actually pretty smooth to the touch. It doesn't really grip your finger. Like, it doesn't feel like it's sandpaper. It actually is pretty smooth. I mean, like, you know, I'm actually applying a lot of pressure downwards as I'm doing this, and, you know, it doesn't seem to be catching. But here's a nice close-up of that little brass emblem right here. As you can see, that's how thick it is. And it is made of brass. As you can see, what they're trying to go for here is sort of going through the history of the Zippo logo. So as you can see, this here's the first logo. I actually did do a timeline of the logos for a project for my first block class, and I'm going to see if I can remember them. Actually, I'm not even going to try because I don't remember them. But anyways, what came first was this sort of just sort of block text, as you can see right there. Very simple logo. Alright, and then after that, I think this one lasted until like the 50s. It became the scroll, or maybe it started in the 50s. It either ended in the 50s or it started in the 50s. In fact, I'm going to say it started in the 50s because I have a feeling this one actually started in the 70s. And this one right here, I honestly don't know what this one is. I think that's just there just to make it look cool, and which it does. It does serve that purpose pretty well. But I don't believe I've ever seen that logo on the bottom of anything. Maybe that was like just a limited run of lighters that had that, and maybe Zippo's like, I don't like that logo. Looks too much like that logo or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think this logo started in the 70s and is our present logo today. Speaking of logos, as you can see, made in March of 2006. If we take a look at the insert here. By the way, very nice, very flush lid. This is like I think actually this is my second lighter that is like a perfect lighter. Alright? In the sense that it's flush completely. Like my first ever Zippo is actually what I would consider to be perfect, because it actually, this one I just noticed, has sort of a uneven uneven thing right there. Yeah, you can kind of see it faintly. But anyways, whatever. The insert was made. Oh, it was made in March of 2006 as well. So as you can see, a bit older, but pretty cool. They did make these for quite a while, I guess. I don't know when they actually started this model, but yeah. All right. So anyways, that's enough of that. It is a really nice looking Zippo though. All right. So 3. We have 4 left. So I better hurry this up. Okay. Next up, we are moving into another box. All right. Actually, the rest of these I should go and say are just regular boxes. As you can see, this one is model 254 regular high polished brass. Okay, this is actually a brass lighter. It looks really, really cool. As you can see, high polished brass. As you can see, it does say, oh, you can see my mouth moving. That is absolutely awesome, isn't it? Solid brass. Take it out. Take a look at it. Do need to wipe those fingerprints off of it. Yeah, this is actually, yeah, never mind. Not gonna say it. I don't even know. I'll say it after a little bit though, but not now. Actually, I just noticed this one also is pretty flush with the body. Actually, that's actually, yeah. Actually, this has pretty similar craftsmanship again to this Zippo and my first ever Zippo. I still would prefer I actually would still prefer my first ever Zippo though, because I'm actually not afraid to use that one. This is a brass lighter that I'm honestly, since my first one, I want to kind of keep it nice. But yeah, as you can see, brass lighter with a brass insert. That's actually the main reason why I got this, because I've just been dying to see the brass inserts. I've just really had. So I was really happy when I finally got to see it. That's honestly mainly the main reason why I wanted to buy one of these. But if we take a look at the bottom stamp here, you can see it was actually a very recent one. It was made in April of this year, April of 2012. And the insert, on the other hand, nice brass, was also made in April of this year. So matching dates, and it also has that red text, which Zippo started doing this year. That the felt pads have black text. Previously they had black text. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, that's that. It has solid brass engraved on it, which brought the price up a little bit. This one actually cost $24.95. I bought it on Amazon though, so I didn't get it for nearly that much. I think I paid about $10 less than that, so about $15. So look on Amazon if you're interested in getting into Zippo collecting. And by the way, all this thing at the bottom here is, if you want to see this, again, watch the video for this one. That's just some tips on taking care of the finish, if you should decide to use it. And you want to keep it looking nice at the same time, which is a very big feat, let me tell you. If you carry an all brass lighter, it's going to look a lot like what we have coming up next. This one, alright, is going to look a lot like what lies beneath this box, okay? Or what lies inside this box, just so you know. This one is a 169 high polished brass armor heavy. Alright, that's the name of the Zippo here. So like I said, if I were to actually carry this one around with me, if this were my daily user, it would look a lot like that. Now, I actually really like the way that the sort of tarnished look looks, if I can say that. This is my current user. Alright, none of these others have ever seen fuel in their lives. But yeah, as you can see, actually something that started up today, and I think I know where it came from. It's a little bit weird for me to say this, but last night I did run this underwater intentionally. I just kind of wanted to just, I just was just like, just for my own amusement, I'm going to sprinkle water on my Zippo. That is exactly what was going through my mind when I did that. I know you can think, you can ask yourself, why does he find that amusing? Because I also am trying to figure that out myself. But literally, I was like, I'm gonna take some water and I'm gonna put it on my user. Yeah, that is exactly what I did. And it started making these weird blotch marks on it, which I actually don't like because it's inconsistent. Oh, sorry if that was like stroby. Before that happened, I actually was really I actually do still like the way it looks. I'm talking way too fast. I actually do still like the way it looks, but I kind of preferred it the way it looked before it started getting those inconsistent blotches. But anyway, yeah, this is my current user, and I use this thing almost daily. I don't take it to school. I will go ahead and confess up. Last year, I did carry a Zippo to school every single day, or at least every single day that I had a filled one. You know, I didn't really do it before my 18th birthday, but after I was able to get fluid, I just started carrying them to school every day. I was like, what the heck? I mean, you never know, and you know, yeah, whatever. Anyways, that's exactly that. So, actually, something I just kind of felt up here, I just remember this. This thing recently experienced a pretty big tumble. I'm going to show you up here. There we go. Good grief. Alright, I wanted to show you what was over here, though. I just would not focus on this. You see that? Oh, man, no wonder. It's actually kind of hard to get it in the focus line, or the focus area. You see how it kind of has these blotch dark spots on it? Those are actually where this thing hit pavement. Yes, I was chasing my little sister up the driveway, and I had this thing in the front pocket of my shirt, and it fell out. It just fell out. I was going at like top speed, like woo, running up the hill, and yeah, it just fell out, and I felt stupid. It landed like that or something. I don't even remember. It just sort of landed open. It opened from the force of the impact actually opened it, and yeah, but no dents. It just kind of got scuffed up a little bit, and it's fine. You can see a little bit more of it over here. So yeah, armor Zippos are good for beating up. Honestly, seriously. If you're going to beat up your Zippo, if you have a habit of beating things up like lighters, get the armor Zippo. I don't even know what you're doing. Like, I did that intentionally because I know that it's an armor Zippo, and if it should get dented, it will be minimal, and I do not think we dented it. There's a dent on here, though, from a previous attempt at doing that a while ago. But whatever. As you can see, this actually was made the same month as this one, which I thought was really cool in my unboxing video. D of 2012, D of this year. The insert popped out from that drop. And this one actually is a bit of a newer insert. It was made in E of this year. For some reason, brass turns blue when it is heated up. I don't know why. If anybody could answer that for me, not even my genius, and I'm not even saying that like sarcastically, not even the genius that is my chemistry teacher could tell me that. I mean, seriously, he is just ridiculous in terms of knowing this stuff. And I'm not even being sarcastic. He knows his stuff. But here, I'll just go and show you this because it came with one too. This is basically all this paper is. It just shows you how to take care of the finish. I am eventually going to get some brass, so I'm going to actually take this thing back up to a shine the best I can. And I am going to do that. So, one of these days, I'm going to make a video on that. But not today, because I don't have any. Actually, I did. Every time I go to Lowe's, I do look for it. It's just I never know where it is. I just don't feel like asking, because then if I see it, I'll buy it. So yeah, again, trying to be very careful with my money. Okay, we're almost done here. I honestly have no idea how long this video is because I keep making jump cuts and whatever. All right, so we're moving on to the second to last. Okay, this one here is my late arrival. I'll just go ahead and say it was that. If you want to know what I mean, check out the video on this. 21063 Candy Apple Red MT. And I actually looked up the MT after I made the video. MT seems to stand for like mountain trails or mountain something. It seems to be a company actually, and they specialize in red things. I don't even know if that's the right word, but they are very involved with the color red. It's not like product red. Okay, product red I think is actually different. Although this would actually be really, really cool if they were in the product red. Actually, I do think Zippo should actually consider having this with product red. But what I'm saying is that if you look up MT, look up Candy Apple Red MT, you'll be brought to like a website, and it takes you to this homepage, and if you click on like one of the links, it shows you a bunch of red products. I did not find the Zippo, but I do imagine that this is one of those products, because there was mostly like water bottles and camping gear and stuff like that, so I imagine this falls under that category. Okay, so let me just go and show it to you. Ta-da! Yes, this one actually is really, really nice looking. I have no regrets in buying this. It just looks sweet. Just looks sweet, as you guys can clearly tell. This is what I was going at with this one. As you can see, this one has actually a glazed off bottom stamp. Basically, they took a laser to the finish on the bottom to give us that exposed chrome. Actually, it's street chrome under there, so yeah, it's not like high polish chrome like this one is. It's street chrome. Opening it up, you can see, excuse me, we do have a regular chrome insert, so we're getting back into those. This one actually, the cam has very low tolerances. Like that, yeah, that right there is where you start feeling resistance. It's ridiculous. Actually, I really like that. I mean, if it was literally like right here where I felt resistance, that would actually be a little bit overkill. But I do like having like just not very much room to move before I start having to, you know, fight the cam, even though that isn't really the right term, because it really takes nothing. Like, see there, gravity has just lost its ability to move the lid any further. And you can see it's like a super acute angle. It needs to be an acute angle. I mean, maybe this might be actually as extreme as I would like it to get. But anyways, yeah, as long as it's an acute angle, or excuse me, an obtuse angle. I don't like it. It was like an acute angle, like say, like if it like that. Some Zippos I have do that, and then you have to start fighting it. I don't like that. I like acute angles, and I think this is about as, or obtuse angles. I think it's about as obtuse as I can get. But anyways, enough rambling about angles. I should know the difference between obtuse and acute because I take drafting. I don't know why I keep getting those confused. Anyways, let's take a look at the bottom stamp. For some reason, I thought this was an oopsie, but it's not. I really don't know why. Well, I didn't think it was. I just treated it like it was because I flipped it around besides it was the right setup before. E of this year, so it's actually a little bit newer still. Insert was made in E of this year, which is cool. And again, the red felt pad. So that's that. Very cool. Let me actually get you a close-up on this finish, just so you can see the sort of what's going on beneath the candy apple red coating. So as you can see, yeah, it's sort of a street chrome under there that's been dipped in this red stuff. I'm just going to go and call it translucent plastic. I think that's pretty much what it is. It's like a plastic coating. I don't think you have to worry about it melting, but I would be careful that you don't leave it lit too long, because if you close it, if that chimney is hot, you know, it transfers through the lid quite extremely, unless it's an armor Zippo. Armor Zippos actually do a really good job of dispersing the heat, but that's because there's just more metal there. But for these regular ones, I would be concerned about leaving it lit too long, because maybe that heat from the chimney, that just intense heat from the chimney, would probably do a number to the finish. So that's why I don't like using these. So yeah, but there you go. I actually thought about getting a slim version of this, but I didn't. Oh, speaking of slims, that is this one. Whoa. Really? Did that just happen? I think it did. This one right here, let's straighten up the mayhem that just ensued there. Whatever, it's still crooked, whatever. As you can see, here it is. And the model for this one is 20492 Slim Black Ice. Okay? So, let's take a look at it. Ba-doom! And, as you can see, it's fallen out of its little cradle, besides the fact that I put it in its cradle all the way before making this video. There we go. Just a few taps. Oh, there goes the insert. Stay in there. Alright, this actually is a black ice Zippo. I actually really like the black ice finish. Most people can't tell the difference between black ice and regular high polished chrome. And I can, though. I think it's pretty significant. I mean, there's certain lighting conditions where they do look pretty similar. But, yeah, I mean, you know, they do look different enough. I mean, there it is. There's a good comparison right there. The insert is what you could compare, is what you could call high polish. In fact, that is what the insert is. It's high polished. And, obviously, against the black ice casing there. So, I actually do use this one. Actually, it seems like it wants to light. Like, it just tried to light, but not anymore. I think it's dead. It's out of fluid. So yeah, I actually do sometimes fill this. I don't really carry it because I do like I kind of like having that nice clean black ice, but this actually does sit with my user Zippos because I might use it occasionally, maybe for like a special occasion or something, if I need to take a lighter with me for whatever reason whatsoever. Actually, I usually do take a lighter with me no matter what, except if I'm going to school, and I usually never end up using it. I don't know. I actually really just started realizing that. Why do I carry it? Why do I insist on carrying a Zippo around with me? Why? I know I don't use it, ever. It's just sort of like, just in case, you never know when you're going to need a source of fire. So, that's pretty much why I do it. That's my logic. And somebody else has used that logic with me before, and I just was like, oh, that makes sense. So that's the logic I use. So there you go. If you ask me what I do with my Zippos, it's just in case. There actually have been a few occasions where I have had to use it. Like someone needed to once borrow it to light a birthday cake. I have actually offered a light to somebody who was needing to smoke something, and their Zippo actually was out of fluid. It seems like I actually had to do something like that. No, I only offered a light to somebody once, but it seems like there was one other occasion where like a candle needed to be lit. It wasn't my birthday. I do know I did that on my birthday, but I'm thinking like out and about. That's all I'm thinking about, and I just can't think of it. But it seems like my youth group, because my youth group need to borrow it for one other thing. I just can't remember. But whatever the case is, yeah, this is just sort of like whatever. I mean, occasionally I'll carry it. I did carry it once, and it still looks brand new, so I'm trying to keep it brand new looking. But sometimes I will fill it and just play around with it. I will actually be having a video eventually on the Zippo Slims, because I don't really like them. I am going to say right now, I think I mentioned this in one other video that I actually managed to upload, but this is going to be the final Slim I ever buy, unless if in an extreme case, or maybe I'm somewhere and I want to get a Zippo from there, like some sort of souvenir, and they have Zippos, but they're all Slims. That is the only excuse, alright? If that's like my only option in terms of buying something buying one from someplace cool, all they have are Slims, I will then buy a Slim. But this is going to be the final Slim I'm ever going to buy, which is why I did not return it. Because I knew if I returned it, I would never buy one again. And I kind of wanted to have a Slim just to have, I mean, that's kind of what collecting is, right? So, anyway, yeah, actually, let me show you when this thing was made. And we're going to kill this video here, because it got way longer than I ever wanted it to. So, as you can see, this thing was made in February of last year. And in terms of the insert, pop. As you can see, nice, small chimney thing. Oh, yeah, it's all landscape, so I think it goes this way. Oh, excuse me, yawn. Gosh, it was rude. It interrupted my ability to speak. I don't even know what that was. I'm sorry. A of 11, so January of last year. That's pretty cool. Again, I'm just going to go and say this right now. If you don't have a Zippo yet, and you want to get a Zippo, I would highly recommend avoiding Slims at all costs. They're just kind of cheap in my opinion. I can understand why people like Kaya 101 think they're cheap. I can totally understand that. So, get one if you want to. Honestly, the only reason why you'd want to get one is if you, I mean, like, the only people I recommend this Zippo Slim to are collectors. Basically. I mean, really, that's about it. So, yeah, I really honestly cannot say I would actually buy a Zippo Slim to actually use, because they just feel cheap, in my opinion. They just do. So, there we go. Very nice. Actually noticing a trend with these colors here. None of them are chrome, which actually looks really cool. In fact, if we take these three out of the occasion, look at that. That just looks really cool. I get excited over things like that. Like, really? Everything just matching? Like, if this were the collection update, like, in its entirety, that would be amazing. That would just be amazing. I love this. I really do. I can't actually stop staring at it. So, that's why you're seeing it. But whatever. The collection looked more like this. This collection update looked more like this. I actually had this. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Somebody explain. I don't know. I just wanted to show you what that would look like. Having the same sort of color theme. Whatever. Big mess of Zippos. That's the Zippo collection update for this video. Gosh, I think this might actually be a 30-minute video. I'm just going to go ahead, I'm even going to call it. I'm going to say this video was not precisely, but about 36 minutes long, okay? At least at the time of me saying this. It was at least 36 minutes long. If not, then my backup is going to be, it was 32 minutes long, okay? So, there you go. That's my backup. So, I can still say I technically called it. So, that's going to do it for me, guys. Thanks for watching, and adios.